Battlefield has always been a game about immersion. Whether it's the guns, vehicles, or massive level-changing events, Battlefield's sound design, visuals, and graphics have always worked together to give you a taste of war. But what happens when you take that graphic fidelity away? Enter Battlebit Remastered, a game in development for 7 years and made by 3 people. Battlebit Remastered is the latest first-person shooter that promises to pit players against each other in modern combat. The catch? The game uses low polygonal graphics to render everything. From the characters to the weapons, none of the models are rendered with much detail. So the question is, does this detract from the experience? No. In fact, its lack of insanely detailed graphics is quite possibly its greatest strength. The game pits 2 teams of 127 players against each other in very large maps. With that many players, you would normally expect performance issues and network problems. But no, the game can run on most potatoes, and I haven't experienced any major network issues since the game's release. Having the graphics turned to a minimum allows the map to be filled with more buildings to be destroyed, vehicles to use, and players to kill, while still keeping the game at a playable frame rate.
Holy shit!
The immersion of the game is also not harmed by its graphic quality. Sure, this M4 doesn't model all the realistic details, but it's easily recognizable as an M4. Similarly, other weapons, vehicles, and characters aren't modeled with one-to-one replication, but it doesn't matter. They're easily recognizable as what they are meant to represent. And best of all, the low polygonal graphics do not take you out of the epic moments people play these types of games for. Whether you're reviving teammates under fire, mowing down the enemy with a light machine gun, or sniping chopper pilots out of the sky, it feels the same no matter what the game looks like. On the topic of great features from Battlefield, this game has a plethora of weapons and attachments to choose from. And unlike other shooters, most of the attachments are things you would actually see professionals use, rather than obscure, unergonomic parts that no one uses in the real world. It goes to show that attention to detail matters, even when using low polygonal graphics. Each gun has many different attachments that can drastically change how they handle. As a result, there are many configurations you can run. There are enough weapons and attachments to keep even the most obsessive gun nuts happy for a long time. But what else does Battlebit Remastered have to offer? When you start, you'll choose from one of 6 classes: Assault, Medic, Engineer, Support, Recon, and Squad Leader. Each class has unique traits, weapons, and equipment that you can choose depending on your playstyle. Like pinning down the enemy with endless amounts of ammo? Play the support class. Is reviving your teammates and keeping them topped up on health your thing? The medic is for you. Were you that one kid in the sandbox that ensured no one else had any fun by hogging all the toys and were generally thought of as a waste of space that no one wanted to talk to? Recon is for you. On an unrelated note, Recon is probably my favorite class in the game. I usually don't like playing a sniper role in video games, but Battlebit is different. Having a rangefinder takes out the guesswork of measuring distance, and being able to re-zero your scope on the fly means you can easily land long-distance shots. It's very satisfying. And of course, the other part of playing Recon. Having access to this thing. On its own, the drone is okay. You can spot enemies and relay that information to your team. But given the chaotic nature of the game, where there can be enemies anywhere, the usefulness of this drone as an observation tool is average at best. But the Recon can also equip these anti-personnel mines. On their own, they're about average as well. But combine the mines and the drone together, and you have something truly special. Flying drones into the heart of the enemy has never been more fun. Every class has a similar amount of depth, and even within classes, you can choose different equipment that can change your playstyle entirely. From shields, rocket launchers, to C4, there's something for everyone. Balancing of the classes in Battlebit takes an interesting turn. With Battlefield games, the medics were by far the most popular class. The ability to put down a medic bag that passively heals people near it is extremely powerful, and reviving people instantly with a defibrillator means that medics spend very little time having to manually heal and revive, and more time fighting. In Battlebit, you play a much more active role as a medic. To heal someone, you either have to sit and hold a button on an individual player, or place down a medic bag that each player has to press and hold to use. Reviving also requires you to sit and hold a button. Also, you will sometimes bleed when you get shot, draining your health over time. You will need to bandage yourself to stop the bleeding before you can heal. None of these things sound particularly fun, so how could any of this be good? Well, in any shooter, the most frustrating thing is being shot from somewhere you can't see. If there were 127 players all camped somewhere looking for you, that would not be a fun time. These healing mechanics means that players have to leave combat to bandage, heal, and revive. This helps to alleviate some of the chaos and give you breathing room. While there are certainly games where it feels like you're being shot from everywhere, you usually have enough time to heal and maneuver. Choosing the medic class means that you actually need to spend time being a medic, instead of being a Rambo wannabe. Your value as a medic is in patching up your teammates and keeping the push going forward. You can play like a selfish loser if you want, but you'll probably die alone and not do anything to help your team. All this is to say that Battlebit not only emulates the best parts of Battlefield 3 and 4, it improves on them. So Battlebit has all the great features from Battlefield, as well as adding its own twist to them. But what original features does it bring to the table? Well, there's a few. Dragging down teammates, building cover, and rappelling from helicopters are just a few new things Battlebit has to offer. But there's one feature that brings this game to a whole new level. VoIP.
Dude, there's so many of you! It's like a fucking horror game! It's like a fucking horror game!
Calm down, pal. I know things are hard at home, but you don't have to take it out on other people.
This makes the game a completely different experience. For the first time in a long time, this seems to be a shooter intended to be first and foremost fun.
Shit, that's recalling. Ah!
Go, go, go! This is not a drill. Move out.
Hearing distorted music, war cries, and the sounds of the seriously injured is very entertaining.
Ow, ow! Help! Help!
And the nature of it encourages people to join in on the fun. Battlebit Remastered isn't perfect. Some of the guns feel much stronger than others.
Sick victory.
The movement speed of certain classes is a little bit too fast, and map voting leads to people voting the same maps over and over again. Seriously, why do so many of you like Wykistan? But for all its flaws, Battlebit has done something truly special. 3 people have captured the heart of Battlefield, and have made it even better. The addition of dragging allies, rappelling out of choppers, and VoIP are all features Battlefield players have asked for years, and Battlebit delivers on those requests and more. It's a small wonder that a game that looks like this is better in every way than a game that looks like this. Part of it can certainly be attributed to the terrible state of modern AAA gaming, but mostly, Battlebit Remastered is an amazing game. For the price of $15, I think this game is an absolute must-buy. If you're a Battlefield 3 or 4 fan that's been craving a similar game, get Battlebit Remastered. It is, in my opinion, the best Battlefield experience ever released.